They catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle.
Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New York Giants. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 10-2 saw. 80 weapons. Hey, let's get that ball. Yeah, let's get that ball right here. Check 50. Hit it.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the fourth most in a single season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard
line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a first and 10 at their own 27.
Show it up. Check 99. Check it. Outside, solid. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second-rounder from Penn State. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Here we go. 180. Check back 21. Tackle. Run.
Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This is caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
20. Great 57.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Wentz now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz caught by the tight end Ertz. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Great 15.
Now Wentz again. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
A first down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one down to the 36. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back, part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line. They'll hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. 6-0 our score after 1. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made there by Nick Perry. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when you you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They do go for it. It's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Twist on travel. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Black.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
You got it.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. And it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Wentz going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Mikel Roby brings him down.
A 3-yard pickup brings us 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
47's the mic.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And that will be incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.